At Intel, world-changing ideas start with real solutions, and real solutions start with exceptional engineering. The quantum computing revolution, the next generation of AI experts, the renewable energy grid, early diagnosis for cancer. The examples are countless, the impacts are endless, but the foundation is always the same. It starts with Intel. Learn more at intel.com/stories.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, overall, I wanted to talk on a word that's been blowing up since last year. Word got banned from Twitch. Freaking what else? Like, you'll occasionally, well, yeah, you can't even say it on Twitch, so you'll occasionally will see it either on Instagram, YouTube, anywhere else besides Twitch. But anyways, I'm gonna be talking on the word simp. So about last year, some point in time last year, the word was blowing up a lot on Twitch. I know when I very first started hearing of that word, I was hearing a lot of people was referring to people on Twitch that. Then it made its way to everywhere else across the internet. And yeah, it was the latest word. It was pretty much like, I wouldn't say that it had its, which word? Because I feel like bruh has been a word that's been said for the longest. But I'm like, I just remember when that video came out of that guy that passed out and he like passed out in court. And then they added like that bruh sound effect. But I think it was like more to it. Vine created a lot of words, bro. I'm just saying. Vine created a lot of trends and words. So simp to me, I just see it as a trend. I don't really see it as a word that's like, it's going to be added to the dictionary, Urban Dictionary, but not like the actual dictionary you get like Barnes and Noble or freaking what other bookstore. There was like another bookstore I remember that was in my area, and they closed that store down. They closed down that store and Barnes and Noble, and I'm like, bruh, like why? I like going to books that it was in the mall too. Dang, I forgot all about that store. It's been years though. I think that store hasn't been a store since, I'm trying to think, like maybe since high school, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, so I'm gonna be telling y'all like my history with knowing that word and the times I've been called the simp. Cause trust me, believe me, I've been called the simp. But I just think it's more so because of my personality. If y'all know me, I'm not a person that's like rude or mean or have to bully you or any of that stuff. Like, I'm just going to be myself, and being myself, I'm a nice person. So that's why I'm like, I wouldn't necessarily call myself a simp, but I guess like maybe in other people's eyes, they might see it as me being a simp. But I'm like, how? Like, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be mean to people for no reason. Like, especially when I don't, even if I did know the person, I really couldn't be rude to a person if I know them. But if it's like a random stranger, like, the only way that I will be mean and rude to a person if they're being mean and rude to me. So that will be the only reason why. But other than that, like, I have no reason to be mean to people. So if I'm a simp, I'm a simp for that. I wouldn't really consider it. But anyways, so to tell y'all the definition of simp is pretty much when you have like a lot of love for somebody. Like, you have like, it's just this uncontrollable love or something. Like it's like, before, like, is it before? I don't know. I just feel like that loving a person it's always been a thing. It's been a thing since the beginning of, like, time. So I just don't understand, like, why the word simp, like, out of nowhere, somebody just, I wonder who created that word. Like, I know it's on Urban Dictionary, but I'm like, was that the very first person to use that word? Or did it, like, come from a YouTuber or something? Let's see if, like, Urban Dictionary, because I do have it up. They're like, someone who does way too much for a person they like. And they don't really say who created it, but I don't know. Maybe it did come from a YouTube video or something. But anyway, so yeah, it's like that. Pretty much that's what it is. Like, you're doing too much for a person. But I'm like, define too much, because I feel like you can do small things compared to what a person really wants to do. And like, and my thing is like, what, all right, so like, are you both simps, if y'all are doing like this, the same things, or y'all are like one upping each other, or, you guys are just overall doing things for each other, like, does that make both of you guys a simp, or does that just, like, or is it just a thing when guys, they do things for a girl online? But I'm like, it has to be somebody that I know. It can't just be random people. Like, yes, that's how you meet people nowadays, is like randomly, but like, I'm not the one. Okay, so to explain, like, I guess the time I was called the simp. So I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with the YouTubers, aka my second family, aka some of my closest friends in the world. But Four Souls, I'm pretty sure you guys know of them. So the oldest sister in Four Souls, Priscilla, me and her close friends, very very close friends, and I think there was a time I did, like, I think it was a video like for her, because I remember, I think somebody had like asked me like what keeps me going on YouTube. So I decided I'm gonna make one big video talking about what keeps me going on YouTube. She's honestly, I have to say, definitely like top 5, but most likely number 1, like, things that keep me going on YouTube. So I made a video, I talked on that. People was like, oh nah bro, you a simp, you a simp. And I'm like, how? Like, my thing is that it ain't even like on some like love type stuff. Like, I was just doing that to just show appreciation to a close friend of mine's. Like, I can't do that. I can't show appreciation to a close friend of mine's. And it's like, who are you to tell me what I can and cannot do online? Now, it's one thing if I'm sending her like thousands of dollars and I'm not getting anything in return, then I feel like that's something that I should know. That's just something that I overall wouldn't do. Now, there are people out there that's like that, and I feel like those are the ones that are being simps. But other than, I feel like when money starts getting involved and there ain't like, nothing, like, cause my thing is like, if I give you $1,000, I expect you to, one up that $1,000. So let's say if I give you $1, you get me a candy bar. I get you the family size of candy. You get me a 6-pack of Red Bull. I go and take you to your favorite restaurant. You get me and I drop $100, $2 on that. You go take me to Foot Locker and get me a pair of shoes. I take you to your favorite clothing store, get you that jacket that you always wanted. You buy me property, I make you the president of the United States. But I'm just saying, like, jokes aside, like, when when stuff like that, when you're just doing things for one another, like, it's like, it's a positive war zone, I guess. Like, if I can place it in simple words, but it's like a positive war zone where it's just nothing but love going back and forth for one another. I'm like, that's pretty much me and her. That's pretty much me and Priscilla. She supported me with YouTube. I support her with her business and with YouTube. Now, I know how, my thing is like, I know how hard it is to be a YouTuber growing and stuff. So my thing is like, I'm going to show much, like, promotion that I possibly can. Like, even though we're good friends, like, I try to keep like a business thing between us and things. Well, not between us, but overall, like, when business just comes into place, like, I am going to support it and stuff. So I am going to support her YouTube. I am going to support her business on the side and anything else that she's doing. There's no problem with that. And I don't see a problem being with that. That's just because that's what happens when you got two close friends and they're willing to go above and beyond for each other. So my thing is like, yeah, and then I know people are like, oh, what did she ever did for you? She actually prevented me from quitting YouTube. So I feel like that, to me, that's like something that I know it would have changed my life dramatically, and I don't really know where I would be doing right now if I wasn't doing YouTube, but it was something that I had considered at one point in time, but she talked me out of it, and I have to say that was probably the best conversation that I've had in my life in the recent years, like, to overall prevent me to stop doing something that I've always wanted to do. So anyways, but yeah, I'm like, I don't see how, like, that's, me just overall showing appreciation to somebody. She's very well done the same thing. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I wouldn't really consider it a simp activity, but some people might. But anyways, but other than that, like, if I didn't know who she was, and it's still gonna be the same energy. Like, I'm not gonna be mean or rude to her if I don't know who she is. But my thing is, though, is what do you call a person the opposite of simp? That's one thing that I was thinking of. Like, what do you call a person the opposite of a simp? Like, somebody that's just downright rude, disrespectful, bullying them online or bullying them face to face, whatever. But I feel like people don't do that no more. People just be bullying online because they too scared and got social anxiety, and that's what excuse me, and that's why they can't overall do that stuff face to face, and they know that they will most likely get slapped or dropped where they stand. But anyways, but my thing is like, why, like, what do you call a person the opposite? Because I'm like, yo, I would rather do what I'm doing than to do what some of these other people online are doing. Like, I ain't seen where the one guy was married and was stalking a model, and I'm like, bruh, that is weird. That is super weird, bro. I made a video talking on that, and I was like, I can't remember. I need to post a video, or I need to figure out if I already did post it. But yeah, bro, I was like, I seen that and was, oh no, that's who it was. It was just like, I can't even pronounce her name because she got a super difficult name. But anyways, I might have had, because I remember I unfollowed a lot of people on social media. I might have unfollowed her. But anyways, so she had made she made a post on Instagram overall, like talking on how this guy was stalking her and sending her, I think he was, I don't know if he had sent her money, but he overall was like sending her a crap ton of messages. But anyways, regardless, the guy's ex-wife had messaged her and said that, hey, like, my ex-husband, like, during the time when they were married, bro was stalking her. And I'm like, now that's weird. Now that's just weird. I'm like, that might be a potential simp and things. But anyways, but yeah, I've heard like but besides that though, like getting back to what I was originally talking on, like the opposite of a simp, where there's people you're like, because I seen the one girl, she got a message from some guy talking about how he was going to do something harmful. I ain't gonna say the word, but it starts with R, and there's a brand named Bape. Okay, it's like this like big popular freaking, what do you hype, like one of them like hype, it's a hype beast band, or not a brand. Okay, add an R in there because I said band at first, but it's a hype beast brand. But there's this brand called Bape, but replace the B with an R. He said he was gonna do that and kill her, and I'm like, bruh, that's you got some issues. Because I'm like, my thing is, would you say that in a crowded area? So, because my thing is like, if I can't, what I'm saying right now, or in any other video of mine, if I can't say that in a crowded area or face to face to somebody, I'm not gonna say it online. So I'm like, my thing is, that's something I'm like, I've always have known, I've always have, like, spoke on. It's like, if you can't say it to a person face to face, don't say it online. But do you honestly think that, and he was sending her, and that's what causes people to act like that when they message a girl time after time after time. She ignores them, but I think they forget the fact that she has literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers. Millions of followers. Do you honestly think she is going through her messages trying to find you? No, she is not. No, she is not. That girl got better things to be doing with her life, all right? So anyways, for people to send messages like that, or to send messages overall like saying discouraging things about her, bullying her, saying whatever, I'm like, yo, call me the biggest and fattest simp in the world, because I'm like, that's something, the other things that people be saying about women online, I'm like, that couldn't be me. I'm sorry, but I'm like, I just got too much, more so it's just I have too much respect for people to say things or to, do crazy things online. So I'm like, I think, yeah, I would rather I don't even understand why, like, I plug up stuff and you always got that one plug-in in the house to act like it don't want to work properly. But anyways, but yeah, I'm like, bruh, there's like far more worse things out there than being a simp. And I'm like, and even if it's like, okay, so for an example, you meet a girl, right? You meet a girl and you're showing all your like love and support, but y'all ain't in a relationship, but you're showing all your love and support, doing whatever you possibly can for her online, and then somebody calls you a simp. So I'm like, it's wrong for me to have love for somebody. Is that what you're saying? Because I'm like, love has been something that's been going on since the beginning of time. The word simp just literally got created last year. It's a Twitch, well, it's no longer a Twitch term, but that's an internet term. You can't call something that's been here and since the beginning of time, left and right, from all different types of just whatever, from humans to animals to freaking whatever it is out there. There's always a love connection. So my thing is why is it wrong to have a love connection with somebody? Like, and if nothing happens, then if nothing happens. So you move on. But my thing is like, if you know something, then if it's like, okay, then we get in a relationship, then that's when I'm like, okay, I'm still a simp because I'm, doing things for my significant other. That's why I'm all like, look, don't let these internet terms like define who you are, or let that be your only choice of vocabulary when you're online. Like, if you don't like the fact that somebody's doing something for another person that they care for, unfriend that person, unfollow that person. But I'm like, I just think that it's kind of stupid to call somebody a simp because they just have like love and affection towards somebody. They want to be positive towards it. Because my thing is like, I feel like a lot of people, they do, well, you know what? I'm even gonna say that. I'm even gonna say what I was gonna say and things. But anyways, overall, like, yeah, there ain't no problem with showing love and affection to anybody. So if you're afraid of doing that because you think people are gonna call you a simp, let people call you a simp. Simp got created last year. Love and affection has been something that's been going on since before you were born, and before your parents was born, and before your whole family tree was born. So I'm like, there ain't no set. My thing is like, the word simp don't mean nothing to me. If there's somebody that I love and care for, and I want to do things for them, I'm gonna love and care for them and do things for them. Period. All right. So, but anyways, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe. However it's set up, it is very, very helpful. Follow me on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search up TMossBoss and you'll find me. Subscribe to my YouTube channels. I got 28 of them. So anyways, and that being said, yeah, I got a lot of channels. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and for listening, and peace.